Hiya folks, it's me again. Just had a bit of a drama here. Well, we've had a lot of drama. Us Brits, we bury all our rubbish like dogs do, like they bury their bones. And just down the road, about a mile away, we have I think it's a processing site where they process it all the rubbish. Well, ours caught fire, and it's been quite serious because basically the gas they emit are poisonous. And they've had to evacuate people's houses, and I could actually smell it from here. All my windows were shut. It's a horrible sweet smell, so that's why I sound a bit funny. And they were talking about evacuating people's homes, and the same morning it happened, I was sat on my chair having coffee, and Metal Mickey said, "Oh, I've got some more CDs for sale," so I bought a few of him. I rang him up, but I didn't tell him about the big fire we had the night before. But yeah, it's really, really scary here. We've had to shut all the windows, and we've got all this COVID lark as well, and it's getting crazy, I tell you. But it was a huge fire, and it's been on all the news and stuff. I don't think it made TV, but it's quite frightening. But anyway, so what I'm telling you all this is because I had a show planned for last week, and I didn't, because of all the action for 4 days, what was going on. I didn't make it, so what I've done is I've combined that show, and also I bought some CDs off Metal Mickey and Cloudy Mulder, who we all love and know well. And so what I'm going to do is combine the two shows together, then do Andy's CDs on the next show, which will probably be tomorrow or Monday. So it is Saturday here. Reading have won again. We're at the top of the championship, still we hope. But we just beat Cardiff as well, Andy. So say no more. And anyway, that's what's been going on in here. Anyway, so I was unable to do the video. But some of these CDs are old. Not old, they're brand new actually. But I've had them for a fair bit. So I thought I'd show a few of them. And show a few what Metal Mickey I bought off him. Because Metal Mickey's having a hair... I'm like Scott Waters on this. I can't stand the term hair metal. Scott Waters, I think, is the same. I'm sure he said the same on his videos. I hate that term. It's just hard rock to me. There's some, I found it very, very slushy. There are some really decent bands. I'm going to show you one today, and one will cause a bit of a controversy, I'm sure. But yeah, there's some seriously good bands around that time who can seriously play, and their music was phenomenal. So anyway, we'll talk about them later. But anyway, this one, I know everybody's seen it, and it's a common CD. But I picked that up for about £5 with postage and packaging. I've been after this one for ages. This is like the extended version with extras on. And it's the seminal Sabotage album, but it's not my favourite. I love Gutter Ballot, but I love this one as well. I think it was their 4th album. I'm pretty sure it was around about that time. But yeah, it's just an amazing album. Can't talk about this one enough. That's the track listing, but you get the 2 bonus tracks. I've got this on vinyl as well, but I haven't got round to playing it. It's one of these albums I know intimately anyway, and it's just a fantastic record and amazing. So that's been shown, but that was a new record for me. Now this one I got for a decent price. This is what I bought recently. I bought this one. This is their first one, I think. If I'm wrong, please correct me downstairs, but I'm sure I've got it right. This was Memoriam's first one. This was very old school death metal. It was Carl Willits, he's from Solihull, all that area, and he used to sing in Bolt Thrower. And you've also got a benediction thing in it as well. But this one was fantastic. Old school death metal. Really enjoyed this one. Fantastic. Now this record, I enjoyed this one, don't get me wrong, I ain't going to slag it off. The only thing I found with this one is a lot more doomier than that one, but it's still, they sing sort of, you can understand what they're singing about, and they're singing stuff about war and stuff like that, but I just found it a bit on the doomier side. But it's still a good record because it had all the atmospherics and the bits I like about a good old school death metal record. I just watched Renee's latest video, and I think he's the same as me. I like that tomb. That's the way he described it, as a tomby sound, like you're so underground in this tomb. And I like my old death metal, especially the old school, to have that sort of atmosphere with it. This has certainly got it, but it sort of went over sort of more into the doomier side. But you do get some good riffs with it, but it's a fantastic record. I recommend it to anybody. It's got stuff like Soulless Parasite, great track listing, and if you're into that doomier death sort of metal stuff, it's definitely up your street. Because it's Nuclear Blast these two are on, but I believe the third one's on Reaper. I don't know what happened there, but I might have got that the wrong way round, but correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's a fantastic record. I bought that a couple of weeks back. As I say, it's very, very expensive. It's getting it at the right price, that's the problem. It's easy to get hold of, but I'm not willing to pay some of the prices they're after. Now, Greg the Egg, this was his fault. About 2 weeks ago, he held up a record, and what caught me attention was, this is a deluxe edition as well, but it was actually, there's a concert at Reading. Now, Reading's my hometown. You can see me mug, that's me football team. I'm a Reading supporter, and we're doing really well, top of the league again. But this one, I've been giving this one a lot of playtime, and this is a fantastic record. It's Ian Gillan's tour with Black Sabbath, and it's got two CDs in it. You get the live bit at Reading Festival in 1983 on August the 27th, and it's just fantastic. But you get some of the Aussie stuff. They also do Smoke on the Water, but it's a fantastic record. Really, really liked it, and I recommend you pick it up if you're some Sabbath purist. Because if you don't know, Birmingham's only 40 miles down the road, and Ozzy was born there. Judas Priest come from there. All the big metal bands. Some Sabbath purists say it only. I'm one of them. I think Sabbath were good with Ozzy, but I liked him. I think Dio did a good job. And I think Ian Gillan did a good job. I think, a lot of the singers they had were really good. But I know a lot of lads who won't listen to Sabbath were Aussie. It's their choice. But yeah, this is a fantastic record. You're getting all that with it as well. It's a nice thick card. They're looking after you. And it was weird. I'll pull out the booklet. It's strange. I mean, the only grievance I've got with it, I didn't like some of the intros. That was the only thing I didn't like. But apart from that, it's a solid album. But I found a bit spacey for my taste. Bit like, watching an episode of Doctor Who. It's definitely worth picking it up anyway. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, it's good record. But yeah, it's Black Sabbath. And I'll put that back in a minute. Yeah, fantastic record. Give that a good 10 out of 10. But it's just my own personal opinion. I didn't like the intros. Now, going on to Metal Mickey stuff now. As I say, I'm going to do this one in 2 parts, because this one sort of fitted in with this show quite nicely. And I want to talk about hair metal. I don't like the term hair metal, but this is one of my favourite bands. But I'm not going to show you that first. I'm going to show you. This band is a weird, strange band, and that is Poison. And metal, I haven't got these on. I think I have, but I had a look for it. I couldn't find them. I've got them on vinyl, so I've got the band cover of that. But yeah, this is the band Poison. In heavy metal circles, it's very fashionable to hate them. I don't know why, but they've got some fantastic tunes. Bret Michaels and CC DeVille. I mean, especially CC DeVille. He's a really, really good guitar player. But some people can't stand Poison. On this record, you've got Every Rose Has Its Thorn, and that got to number 2 in the charts. It did really well in the UK charts. So that means people bought this CD, and I bet some of them are hypocrites, and they slagged it off after and wouldn't admit that they bought it. But I bought it. I think it's fantastic. And yeah, it's got some great songs. Nothing But a Good Time. Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Your Mama Don't Dance. That was a good song. And I really like them. And you got this record, Look What the Cat Dragged In, and it's got something, Talk Dirty to Me was a great song. They were just, Look What the Cat Dragged In, they were just fantastic songs. And you got all that sort of stuff, all the, like, Look Like Your Girlfriend, I suppose. And that was what it was like in them days. But yeah, I won't slag them off. I thought they were great, and I thought they were fantastic. But the next band is one of my favourite I shouldn't use that expression, hard rock bands. And I'm really grateful to Metal Mickey, because I've been after one of them for a long time. This is the first Cinderella album. Been after a copy of this for years. Again, this is, you just can't get them at a good price. This is their first album. It's an absolute killer. No need to talk about this. These are the best thing that's come out of Philadelphia. Rocky Balboa and this band, they were just out of this world, and I absolutely love them. If you like that sort of 80s hard rock, this record band had teeth, you know what I mean? And suddenly, like Nobody's Fall, just absolutely amazing songs. Can't recommend them enough. Then if that ain't enough for you, you get a great bit. I've got this one on vinyl, and you get a nice bit of slide guitar, and off you go again. Fantastic album. Unfortunately, didn't make many albums. I only think they did 4, but they're just absolutely fantastic band. I know most of the VC probably got them in their collections, but this is sort of aimed at a newbie. If you haven't got them in your collection, I'm just urging people to check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. But I like these sort of bands. Tesla's another band that spring to mind. I listen to a lot. A lot of these sort of glam metal or hair metal bands have some serious teeth, especially in the early 80s, which was sort of when it was all coming out, and it's just a genre you want to check out. And coming from an old thrasher like me, is saying something, because in the early 80s I wouldn't listen to anything else apart from like thrash. It was weird, because only since I've been on the VC community in the last 3 years, I think it is now, I've listened to more rock and sort of what we used to call sort of heavy metal type. It sort of changed my view on music, because in the old days I'd entertain Cinderella, but a lot of the stuff I'm listening to now, I wouldn't have entertained it in the 80s. I wasn't that man. I was into bands like Metallica, Slayer, Thrashers, the Nuclear Assault, and the stuff that really went. But it's great, this VC lark, 'cause it sort of opens your ears up to new music that you probably would never have heard of before. But anyway, folks, this is me part 1 of my show, and please feel free to tune in to part 2. And I wish to thank all my subscribers and viewers. I love you all, and we don't script this. It's just spontaneous, and I don't do scripts or anything. But yeah, take care, folks, and stay safe and stay well, and most importantly, love each other. That's all you can ask in life. Take care.